Right now, as you're watching this video, your brain is playing a trick on you that's costing you money. And the worst part, you have no idea it's happening. In the next few minutes, I'm going to expose the invisible bias that's sabotaging your trades and show you why everything you think you know about profitable trading might be completely wrong. Does this ring any bell already? I bet you have it. Let me know in the comments. I reply to everyone. Here's something that will shock you. Professional trader Tom Hugard spent 10 years watching over 100 million trades cross his desk, and he discovered something that changed everything he thought he knew about making money in the markets. It wasn't technical analysis, it wasn't fundamental analysis. It was something far more sinister lurking in every trader's mind. Before we dive into this psychological minefield, let me paint you a picture. Imagine you're at a casino and 75% of the people around you are losing money. You probably think twice about playing, right? Well, that's exactly what's happening in trading right now. European regulators forced brokers to display their client loss rates, and the numbers are devastating. 3 out of 4 traders are losing money consistently. But here's where it gets interesting. These aren't stupid people. They're intelligent, well-functioning members of society who hold down jobs, pay their taxes, and make rational decisions in every other area of their lives. So why can't they trade profitably? The answer lies in a phenomenon that's been quietly destroying trading accounts for decades. Your brain has evolved over millions of years to keep you alive, not to make you money in financial markets. And one of its most dangerous features is something called apophenia, the tendency to see patterns where none exist. Every time you look at a chart, your mind is desperately searching for meaning, for predictable patterns that will give you an edge. But what if I told you that this pattern-seeking behavior is actually your biggest enemy? Think about the most popular trading indicators. Fibonacci retracements, moving averages, MACD, RSI. They're all based on the assumption that markets follow predictable patterns. When a market makes a 61% retracement, traders rush to buy or sell, convinced they've found the perfect entry point. But here's the brutal truth. If everyone has access to these same indicators and 75% of people are still losing money, maybe the problem isn't the indicators themselves. The problem is that we're all thinking the same way. We're all looking for the same patterns, making the same assumptions, and falling into the same psychological traps. It's like everyone's reading from the same playbook, but the game has completely changed. Let me share something that might make you uncomfortable. Professional traders don't have hit rates in the 80s or 90s. In fact, many successful traders would have better results if they simply flipped a coin and applied proper money management. The difference between winning and losing isn't about being right more often. It's about thinking differently when everyone else is thinking the same way. This is where the invisible bias reveals itself. We desperately want to believe that trading success comes from superior analysis, better indicators, or secret strategies. But the real edge comes from understanding that your brain is actively working against you every time you make a trading decision. Fear is the silent killer of trading accounts, not the obvious fear of losing money, but the subtle fear of being wrong, the fear of missing out, the fear of not following the crowd. When you see a gap up in the morning, your brain immediately starts creating a narrative. Maybe you think it's a strong bullish signal, or perhaps you believe gaps always get filled. Either way, you're not analyzing the market objectively. You're projecting your biases on the price action. The most successful traders have learned to desensitize themselves to the emotional stimulation the markets provide. They've trained their minds to operate in a state of controlled detachment, where a 20,000-pound loss doesn't trigger the same emotional response as a minor inconvenience. This isn't about being fearless. It's about rewiring your relationship with uncertainty and loss. Here's something that will challenge everything you believe about trading education. Practice doesn't make perfect. practice makes permanent. If you're practicing the wrong mental approach, you're simply reinforcing behavior patterns that guarantee failure. Most traders spend countless hours studying chart patterns and technical indicators while completely ignoring the psychological foundation that determines their success or failure. The markets are essentially random in the short term. Yes, I said it. The entries that professional traders make are largely random because no one can predict the future with consistent accuracy. Anyone who claims they know where the market is going next either has a vested interest in that direction or is suffering from the same pattern recognition bias that destroys most trading accounts. So, what separates the winners from the losers? It's not superior market analysis or secret insider information. It's the ability to accept that trading is fundamentally a game of managing uncertainty while everyone else is desperately searching for certainty. The edge comes from embracing randomness while maintaining strict money management principles. Your brain wants to find patterns because pattern recognition kept our ancestors alive. When they heard rustling in the bushes, assuming it was a predator was a survival advantage, even if they were wrong 90% of the time. But in trading, this same instinct creates false signals and leads to overconfident decision making based on imaginary patterns. The solution isn't to fight your brain, it's to understand its limitations and work around them. Instead of looking for the perfect setup or the holy grail indicator, focus on developing systems that account for human psychology. This means accepting that you'll be wrong frequently, planning for losses before they happen, and never risking more than you can afford to lose on any single trade. Think about cigarette packages with health warnings. Everyone knows smoking is dangerous, but people continue smoking because they believe the statistics don't apply to them personally. Trading psychology works the same way. You can see that 75% of traders lose money, but your brain convinces you that you're different, that you're smarter, that you found something others have missed. The real breakthrough comes when you stop trying to be right about market direction and start focusing on managing risk and capitalizing on uncertainty. This requires a fundamental shift in how you approach trading. From seeking certainty to embracing probability, from being right to being profitable, from following the crowd to thinking independently. Professional traders develop what's called high-state trading ability, the capacity to make rational decisions under extreme financial pressure. This isn't a natural talent, it's a learned skill that comes from repeatedly exposing yourself to controlled risk while maintaining emotional equilibrium. It's about training your mind to function optimally when thousands of pounds are at stake. The invisible bias sabotaging your trades isn't just one thing. It's an entire system of cognitive errors working together to ensure you think and act like everyone else. Pattern recognition, confirmation bias, fear of missing out, loss aversion, and overconfidence all combine to create a perfect storm of poor decision making. The traders who consistently make money have learned to recognize these biases in themselves and develop strategies to counteract them. They understand that successful trading isn't about finding the perfect system. It's about finding a system that works despite their psychological limitations. Your journey to profitable trading starts with accepting this uncomfortable truth. The biggest obstacle to your success isn't market complexity or lack of information. It's your own mind. Once you acknowledge this, you can begin the real work of developing the psychological tools necessary to think differently in a world where thinking like everyone else guarantees failure. If you are serious about your trading mindset, I have prepared a video where I break down in detail why losing trades are not bad, why you can lose 7 out of 10 trades and still make money, and how changing just this one belief can save your entire account. The choice is yours. Continue searching for that perfect indicator while your account slowly bleeds away, or start addressing the real problem hiding between your ears. The markets will always be there, but your trading capital won't last forever if you keep making the same psychological mistakes as everyone else.